What's up guys, how's everybody doing today? It's Dano, and today we're going to be assessing the different types of classes you can use and play with in Battlefield 1. Let's get into it. There are 4 main classes that you could play in Battlefield 1. These consist of Assault, Medic, Support, and Scout. Let's get into the first one. Alright guys, so the Assault classes usually consist of automatic rifles that you can use with a bayonet charge and don't take a fairly long time to reload. They're usually just fully automatic. You can put some sort of sight on them, I'm pretty sure, but most of the time this is what they're going to appear as. You also have your melee. With every class you have a gas mask in case you run into any gas problems on the battlefield. You also have as your secondary a pistol, probably just a standard like M19 unless you want to change that. There's a good amount of pistols in the game as well. And next you would have some sort of explosive. Now the Assault class uses a lot of explosives, and what I'm putting down right here is landmines, so if a vehicle goes over this, it will explode and blow up and do damage to the vehicle. But there's a lot of explosives. There's like trip mines and ropes and all sorts of things that you can use. Now this gun that I just pulled out is something that is very handy when you're feeling like you want to blow something up, basically. It's very nifty for tanks when you're just a soldier. It's like a mini rocket gun, so you just take this out, but the only thing about it is you have to be prone when doing this. You can't aim, you can't shoot, you have to be on the ground, in prone. So if you see a tank out there, get this thing out, get out there, and just shoot it. You do only have a certain amount of ammo, but it does do a lot of damage. You could also try and get planes with this as well, but it is very difficult from my experience to actually hit planes with this gun. And you also have your grenade. I always use a nice anti-tank grenade because I can do damage to the tanks that way. Alright guys, so let's get into more depth of this. So when should you use Assault class? You want to use the Assault class when you obviously want to be assaulting the enemy. Now an example of an assault would be like when you're doing on the cavalry. You charge up and you get your gun or either your sword out and you go and slash the enemy. Now when you're using the Assault class, you want to go close range. You don't want to be really far. You want to kind of be closer to the enemy in more tightly packed maps with buildings and stuff like that. Alright guys, so moving on to the Medic class. The guns in the Medic class usually consist of semi to automatic rifles, so it's kind of split between them, although I like to have an automatic rifle, so this is usually my favorite gun. Also, I prefer this class pretty much all the time because it's kind of split. So, you have your standard pistol again in the secondary, and also always have that gas mask. And then what you can do in this class is throw little medipacks out for your teammates to pick up, or there's also a crate you can use to heal people, but the best thing is this syringe with the medicine. If your teammate's down, you'll see a skull, you could go over to it, get this syringe out, and you can revive them right there on the field. It's a really nifty and handy tool for helping your team out, and you guys can really push forward as long as you have a medic with you. So when should you play Medic? Well, the Medic class is kind of in the middle, as I said before, so it really doesn't matter what kind of map you play it on, as long as you know that it'll be useful to your team. If you have a big horde of people and you're kind of moving with your squad, a Medic class is a good idea because then you could heal everybody. Next up is the Support class. The Support class guns are usually big, lightweight machine guns that you could use to get I'd say long range on the map, but they have a lot of bullets. So this one that I'm using right now uses a whole giant string right here, and they don't take extremely long to reload either. Again, with your secondary, you have a pistol of your choice, gas mask, as always, and then you also have ammo. Now the Support class is very focused on its ammo and basically support, hence the name. You have lots of things that you could use to ammunition for your teammates and also repairing things as well. So when should you use the support class. You should use the support class since it's like machine guns on, I'd say, long range to short range maps, but not the super long range maps like giant deserts, because you might not get that much out of them. They don't reach an extreme amount of range, but they do reach as far. It's kind of in the middle. So when you're pushing with your team up forwards, you can kind of work together with your squad if you want to give them ammunition, for instance, or help them in other ways as well. You have a lot of bullets on you, so it could be a good distraction for some people. It's just overall a good class to use. Alright guys, now the Scout class. The Scout class consists of basically all snipers, and yes, I know right now, my gun does not have a scope on it. Almost all the guns in this class do, however, so don't hate on me for that. I'm just letting you know. Secondary is always going to be your pistol, and then you do have your gas mask too, as always. Getting into the equipment, you have some traps that you could lay out. So like this one, for instance, it's like a bottle with a rope. Someone walks past, it'll explode. There's different things you can do. Explosion, set fire. Pretty cool when you're kind of trying to be stealthy and trying to stay back as well to make sure that no one flanks you. You also have K-bullets. K-bullets basically can hurt tanks and planes and just anything, just things like that as they're driving by. And then finally you have your meter dial, which basically configures the gun to what type of shot range that you want to make. So when should you play Scout? Now Scout is all snipers, so you want to play this when you kind of want to stay back and away from all the action. You could snipe other people with it and kind of scope out the battlefield to see where the enemies are. It's also very useful to let your teammates know where the enemies are. If you see someone on the battlefield that you don't know where they are, you want to let your teammates know. You want to make sure that they know that there's a guy coming from the right side, the left side, the center, whatever. You kind of want to scope out the battlefield and kill people at the same time. So guys, those are all of the main classes in Battlefield 1. There are, however, other in-depth classes in the game, if you will. There is the tank class, where if you actually get into a tank, there is the guns and equipment for that class, and the planes, you can include that. Also, there's the cavalry, and then just your standard elite classes in the game that you can pick up. Like the Flame Trooper, I'm pretty sure it's called, and there's another one where like they hold like a big gun almost. I'm not sure the names completely because I haven't picked them up a lot. They're kind of rare to get. I'll probably be doing a video about them maybe in the future, but as for now, these are the 4 main classes. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the classes of Battlefield 1. Leave me in the comments some thoughts that you guys have about the classes and guns in Battlefield 1, and leave a like if this helped and you enjoyed. I'll have future Battlefield 1 episodes coming out soon, so be sure to tune into those. Dano, out.